Brave and the Bold, Part 2. Wasn't this supposed to be a basic team up? I mean, that's what you use the title for. The Brave and the Bold is a reference, the title is referring to the Brave and the Bold comic series, which at various points they've had runs of the Brave and the Bold, such as this, the Brave and the Bold issue, yada yada. And it's a team up book. You'll have like Batman and Aquaman, and they go out and have an adventure, and that's what the Brave and the Bold is. So it made sense in part one because it was Flash and Green Lantern, and it was really their story, and it made sense. Okay, we're gonna have this smaller, more contained story where we've just focused on two of the characters. And I was all for that because sometimes the smaller episodes are some of the best. And I like giving characters room to breathe. And the Flash and Green Lantern have been more background characters. Especially the Flash has been way more a background element. So I was glad to see him in a more prominent role in the part one. But you get to part two, and it becomes just a Justice League cartoon. Now, that's not to say bad. It's not bad at all. It's fun. You have the Justice League going to Gorilla City. You still have Flash and Green Lantern. They're on their own little quests, going to eventually collide with what the other heroes are doing. It makes sense. There's nothing that's not like it's a forced inclusion. But I really think it takes away from the idea. What I would like from this episode is these two character interaction and them really finding each other and finding this balance. Was really interesting to me in part one, and I was really hoping in part two they would expand on that. But no, they're just like, well, we gotta get. I don't know if it was they didn't have enough story again, and they're like, they thought it was necessary to throw the other characters in to give it more a longer runtime and more things going on. I don't. There's nothing wrong with it. It just seems like a missed opportunity to me. They try to have the growth, and towards the end, the Flash seems to. He has moments where he proves his worth. He shows that he is not just this jokey, kind of punchline comic relief character. He can hold his own. He can do stuff. There is more to him, but it's so rushed because they have all this other stuff. I would have liked to see that grown more organically in the episode. Because part one had it set up. I was like, hey, here's where we're going to get the development. Here's where we're going to get the payoff. And we get it, I would say. But in a not necessarily in the most satisfying way. I mean, they break up John and Wally fairly early on. I mean, they're still working towards the same goal. They're still kind of in a team up. But they're in two entirely different locations doing different things. And they'd only come together, way at the end. It's not a team up at that point. It's just a superhero group again. So once again, the title confuses me. Grodd seems to be taken out relatively quick. I wish they would have come up with something more clever for Flash to have done to defeating him, but at the same time, having it being something simple, something obvious that he could do. I mean, really simple. I think works well. I think it works well. I guess maybe I do like it more. I mean, I guess from showing a power set and what he could do, and how he is on the ball, he is sharp. I wish I would see that, but sometimes just doing the simple thing shows intelligence. And doing some, why would he do this complex thing when he could do this really simple thing for the same result? Sometimes, and it's a bit of misdirection because if you're first time watching, you're certainly not going to catch what he did. There's no way to. It's purposeful in that matter. They want you to think, oh, he's just monkeying around when monkeying around. He's just goofing off or pulling the same old shtick that he has throughout the series. When no, there is an arc here. There is an idea. He has a plan. I kind of like the chase with the nukes is kind of fun. I kind of like it. Obviously they're all going to be okay, but they did do a lot to. I thought they might have blown up or screwed up Gorilla City way more than they did. They started the Batman Wonder Woman romance here. This is really where that starts to take hold. Once again, it's like I know overarching points of things where they departed from the series, or from the comics, from what is at least known, where you have like the Batman, Wonder Woman, and the John Stewart Green Lantern and Hawk Girl relationships, and I'm all for that. Nothing against them. It's all good. You write it well, and you can make it seem to work. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. The only thing where it felt weird to me was at the end where Diana sees Bruce's hands are all muddy and scuffed up from digging the rock and just trying to get to her and save her. And he hides the hand. That's a very subtle little thing. And they animated it so well. It's just, here's this thing. So in character with Batman, it's kind of like, because he has this, it doesn't, at first it seems like he's just his genuine concern, but you see there's more to it. And especially when he hides his hands like that, it's like a level of embarrassment. Which, why would Batman be embarrassed, except that it's kind of this emotional, that there's more emotion than just respect and caring for a teammate. This is he had a real emotional connection, and he would want to hide that. That's very in line with Batman. But then she leans over and kisses him on the cheek. Now, it's a very nonchalant. It's cute. It's cute. Cute like the doggy who keeps circling because I'm not paying attention to him. It's adorable. It's adorkable. But I guess it felt a little forced to me. I'm like, okay, maybe she sees the hands, he hides them, and she just has a smile. You are just freaking out, dog. Let me finish. I will play with you. I'm talking to someone you can't see. That's always good for a video. I'm sure everyone will love that. But she could have just smiled, and they could have had a knowing glance or something. I mean, the full-on kiss just seems... Jeez, you really want me to play with you. So, the dog has spoken. I need to wrap this up. So, I think they could have played that more subtly. I don't understand why they would even call this The Brave and the Bold, when the team-up seems to just kind of dissipate into a full-on regular team story by part 2. I don't know why... Well, okay, I do know why. So they apparently had Central City by itself, because when you notice, when they had it gone, they don't have Keystone or the other thing they don't have with the bridge or the divide. So my whole argument in the last one, It should have just been Keystone. Screw Central. If they were going to pick one and with to the elimination of the other, Central can Keystone all the way. And that's all right. I will play with you now.